Ideally, I was hoping that we would never swear on these podcasts, but within like 30 seconds of the first one, that just went out the window. But my family watched this, so...
Fuck.
Shite. Yeah. Epic. Okay. All right. Hi everybody, it's Shane.
It's Oscar.
And you are listening to the Pure Notions podcast.
Yes, it's a podcast about being Irish but not being in Ireland.
Exactly. We're going through the alphabet from A to Z. I was about to say A to C, but there's more letters after that.
Yeah.
But today we are doing the letter C.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing? What is C?
Catholic Church, Catholicism.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wrote church, so
Okay.
Catholic,
Okay. We'll be sectarian about it.
Sectarian
because we're two Catholic boys, Catholic men.
On the Catholimeter, how Catholic are you? 10 being the Pope, one being not the Pope, the anti-Pope.
One being a Protestant and 10 being the Pope.
one being a Protestant.
I'm at 2, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
2 or 3. I've received all the sacraments that you would normally receive up to now. So I've got I've been baptized, confirmed, First Communion.
You're not married. You didn't get sacrament of the sick or become a priest.
No, I haven't. I haven't got the last rites. So
no.
But I've got 3 of the 5 blessed sacraments. So
okay, fair play. Yeah. So okay.
Tick those off the card. But of course, since I was a teenager, when I was a kid, I was being dragged to mass. I think
everyone, especially around our age, I think everyone in Ireland went to mass every Sunday, had no idea why.
Yeah.
And then our parents just kind of stopped going, so we just sort of stopped going with them.
Yeah, I think Ireland used to be very, very Catholic until I'd say the mid-90s. I think Father Ted kind of killed it.
Father Ted and Microsoft. They gave us money in the 90s, the dot-com boom, and then we were like, "Fuck this."
And not Father Ted's Microsoft penis abusing children. Sorry.
Oh my god. God, that got dark. I think
that's the thing that really killed me. The child abuse, but at the same time, most people in the world, they grow up with some sort of religious foundation, some sort of spiritual sort of, the morality comes from somewhere. In our case, it's from Catholicism, that viewpoint of the world. And I'm a father to a 6-year-old boy called Michael.
Oh, you are.
And
Oscar's son is adorable, by the way, but he never speaks to me. He just stares at me every time he sees me.
He's homophobic now.
He's homophobic. I knew it. You're like, he's just shy. I'm like, I never believed it.
He's got very acute gaydar. But not to Michael, if you're watching this, I love you. But his mother is very unreligious, completely godless heathen, raised in
godless heathen.
Yeah, and it was never even a conversation. We're like, I guess we're not getting baptized. And
did you not get him baptized just for the crack, just have a big party?
No, never came to that. Around that time as well, it was COVID. When he was born, when he was baptized age, it was COVID, so it wouldn't have been a big thing anyway. But it was just we don't. But still, now he's of the age now where I feel like I should give him some sort of introduce him to that sort of thing in some way. So I've taken him to church. I haven't taken him to mass. I haven't taken him to mass, but I've taken him into a church. It's this is a church, and that's Jesus. And so some people believe.
Some people.
Not me, but I'm just telling you. This is it's sort of contact, a contact high for Catholicism, and but then one time I went into church with him. I went into this in Bratislava. There's all these kind of weird churches that were built in the last 20 years that look like tinfoil. These sort of aluminium, sort of futuristic looking churches.
Oh yeah, the really modern churches. Yeah, because that's weird, because we associate churches as old buildings in Ireland. But yeah.
So I took him into one of those, and there's a priest. He was it was after mass, but he was still giving out communion, it was last orders kind of thing. And
get your bread and get out.
Yeah. And I was saying, do you know what that is? And it's And I was saying to him, he's giving out the bread, and the bread is actually it symbolizes the body of Jesus, because when he blesses it, it becomes the body of the guy in the wall there on the cross. And
did you just do that? Becomes the body of Jesus.
I was referencing wrong hand, but so I was like, that's that guy there. So that's his body now that they're eating. And he goes, Daddy, that's not true. That's not true, Daddy. And it's like, well, it is. It's what they believe is happening, but basically he's automatically a Protestant because he denies transubstantiation.
Is that what transubstantiation means?
Yeah,
that's we believe
that when the priest says the magic words.
Yeah,
it literally, not figuratively, literally, the bread is the body of Christ. The wine.
I remember.
The wine is the blood of Christ. So it's ritualistic cannibalism.
I don't think anyone really believes that, though. I mean, you have to be a bit
I'm sure there's some Enoch Burke style Catholics out there.
Mary was a virgin. No, she wasn't. She was not. Joseph was just a bit of a pushover, really. He didn't even make a reservation in Bethlehem when his wife was pregnant. I think there's no room at the inn. Can you imagine Mary in Bethlehem being like, Joseph, you had one feckin' thing to do.
You had one job, Joseph, because they were Jewish. You had one job, Joseph. What are you doing? Why? I married a fucking schmuck. It's not even your baby, Joseph.
I love that they're Jewish, but they're from New York at the same time, which hasn't been discovered yet.
Also, Joseph, canonically, right? The first maker of a cuck chair.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Well, because God got one over on him, and he was a carpenter, so he probably made a chair where he was sitting while God was railing Maria, right?
Yeah. It's
God was a dirty devil.
I think they left that bit out of the Bible, but
they left a couple of things
but
out.
For all the relics that they have, there was a big thing about Catholicism. Up until the 1900s, there was lots of different, they'd have all these relics like a bone or thing. There was one much attested to holy relic. It was Jesus Christ foreskin.
Yes.
So that was like a relic that was floating around like a lot, and there was some special word for it. I forgot, but. It's like the holy sheath or something. It's like the blessed. It was like somewhere like that. The blessed.
I'm all for the relics. I don't think Catholicism is that good, but give me a whole community of people following a car with a skull in it. Mm-hmm. I'm there. That is. I'm so. And also, if you want relics, no one does Catholicism like the Italians. I mean, they take that shit as seriously as their food. Mm-hmm. They're like, this is the festival of where Mary goes into the sea, and so we all go into the sea with her and we dress up as Mary, and I'm like, that's so much fun. I don't know.
They're cross-dressing as Mary.
Possibly. I mean, they seem to have all types of. They're like, this is the fest. I think there's one town where, the wedding at Cana where Jesus turned the water into wine. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, best man at a party. Yeah. But there's a place where in celebration of that they just drink all the wine. They put all the wine into the fountains and they literally turn the water into wine. Ireland should have got we took
the joy out of
what tiny little joy there was in Catholicism, and we really emphasised the misery.
Oh God, we had the bishop, right?
The misery.
The visit from the bishop in class.
I did.
And he goes to us like, do you want to imagine what hell is like, kids? Eternity in hell. Imagine you're on the beach and you count every grain of sand on the beach, and each one of those is a day or a year. That wouldn't even equal a millionth of what hell is like. It's like, okay.
I know now that's kind of considered child abuse for a weird unmarried man with no kids in a cape to come in and tell you all about hell. And
can you hold your finger over a candle? Can you do it? You can't do it but imagine you can't take it away.
How messed up! If you don't listen to me, children, you're going to die. But we all thought that was completely normal. When did you ever see a video? So you got your first confession and your first communion. Yeah. Surely somebody recorded it. On those camcorders from the 90s.
Not the first confession, but
no, but sticking the TV camera into the pulpit there. That would be. Can you do it again? We didn't.
Can we get that clean tape?
And I peed my bed and I hid it and I didn't tell my mum.
Can you look directly into the camera as you say that one? I'm sorry for hitting my parents.
I didn't do my maths homework. and I hit my brother, and I besmirched the name of God.
Wasn't it weird though when you went for your first confession and you get your practice runs? You got your practice first confessions as well, like just to make sure that you really nail all the sins correctly. But I just made it up. You just made up your sins, and then I got really creative because everyone was like, I hit my sister and I didn't do my homework, and I went in and I was like, because I was really inspired by Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, and so I was just like, I smashed a man's face against the door. I set my neighbour on fire. Like I really went. I just repeated.
Shot a man in the balls with an air gun.
Yeah, I violently stopped assault while creating assault, and I just like made up all this stuff. And like the priest was like, "Is any of this true?" I was like, "No,
my child,
no."
Shane Alanov, are you having me on?
my child, are you bullshitting? I'm like, I am, Father.
Well, an extra 10 Our Fathers.
I'm like, quite frankly, Father, I don't think a 9-year-old is really a sinner, if I'm honest. I don't think we have full autonomy over our decisions yet because our brain hasn't fully developed. But at 9, I couldn't argue that very well.
That's strange, because I wonder, like, are adults because I think maybe it did kind of serve a function socially that they didn't have therapists. So I guess maybe back in the 1500s, you would go to Father O'Shaughnessy or whoever, and you'd say, "Mein Vater, my father, I have I've been having impious thoughts about other women," or something, or like any millions of the things that you would talk to a therapist about today. Probably, I would say back in the olden days, that was sort of the social function of confession.
But what a great religion, though, because you can just do anything and say sorry.
Yeah.
And as long as you feel really bad about yourself, it's fine.
Hitler could have gone confession.
Absolutely.
If he wasn't a fucking Protestant, but
he wasn't Hitler was a Catholic.
Was he?
Yeah, Hitler was a Catholic.
Paul.
Well, he was raised Catholic.
Okay, sure.
But he probably did a couple of things.
The Nazi party itself, like they got rid of Christmas.
They're anti.
There was like Hitler's birthday, Christmas kind of thing. Well, not birthday. It was like the 1,000 years of
Hitmas.
Hit or missmas. But yeah, so they tried to institute that because they wanted to relinquish the control of the Catholics.
Eventually they would have had their own sort of.
Fascists are very jealous of anybody else holding power, and the Catholic Party, and then in North Germany, it's the Protestants,
who were the real problem, really.
Oh, dude, Protestant Germans are the craziest motherfuckers.
In the
either you get the most liberal person or somebody who's truly insane. There's basically no in between.
There's no middle ground. No middle ground. The Protestants. Yeah. Have you ever been to the Vatican?
I have not. No.
Would you like to go?
I would, yeah.
Do you know what? Like, it is. I went as a teenager, and it was like a big group of lads, and we were like, whoa, and we all went to the Sistine Chapel, and I remember really specifically, everybody just stopped talking and was like wow, like it is pretty impressive.
I mean, I think the architecture, like, I mean, I think Catholicism is good in the sense that it gave us lots of nice buildings to look at, and that they do
lovely
sort of
buildings.
It does inspire a sort of religious awe in you as well, because like, oh man, because it's like it goes beyond purely function. I know it was like a place for rich people to park their money as well, like to show how rich they were to finance some beautiful church. But like at the same time, it's not like there's no real practical function to a lot of it, like to day-to-day stuff. Whereas now, like, if you're building a church now, it's going to look like I was saying earlier, these little fucking the tinfoil boxes. But like, there's no Sagrada Familias being made now. Like, no one's commissioning the Cathedral of Cologne in 2026.
We can end with this point, which is highly controversial. I used to live in Barcelona. I used to live beside the Sagrada Familia, and there's a whole conspiracy theory that they're deliberately taking a really long time to finish it, because apparently, I do not know if this is true. Someone can comment and let me know, but apparently it technically is a construction site. It isn't, even though it sometimes works as a church, you can't actually pay entry into a church, into the bottom of it. You can pay entry into a crypt or into a tower, but like, for example, Notre Dame in Paris, you can't pay entry to walk into a Catholic church. So the longer it takes them to build it, the more money. It's €35 to go into the Sagrada Familia, and it's the number one visited monument in Spain, which has the second highest amount of tourists in the world. And I'm not being funny. It is nice when you go in, because the way that the glass works and that every column is different, it sort of looks like a forest. It is good. The outside of it is fucking ugly. They just need to get over it. There's a reason. It's so creative. He's put cherries on the top of one of the towers. I'm like, there's a reason why no one else has done that. It looks fucking ugly. Like, I just think he was a visionary. I'm like, he was nuts.
Gaudi, more like Gaudi.
That's where Gaudi comes from, I think.
Really?
I think it comes from his name.
Shit.
Wow. I don't know. I think it comes from his name. Again, comment underneath if I'm chatting bullshit.
If you're Catalan.
Yeah, also, I think they're taking a long time.
I would believe that, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably worth more to...
I think they're taking a long time to finish it as well, because they know it's ugly. They know it's ugly. They know when it's done. Everyone's going to be like, really? That took 100 years?
Yeah, I can't let people see it because we've looked at the blueprints and we don't believe that
I'm sorry, is that a Catalan accent that you're doing?
It's a very, very, very poor Catalan accent. Very poor. It's in Spain, you know, it don't... oh, no, sorry. No,
okay, we're going to stop it there.
Settlers of Catalan, please.
Settlers of Catalan.
You have been listening to Pure Notions podcast. Join us the next time where we will be doing... What letter?
D.
D
for dick.
Awesome. D for dick. No, it's not. No, it's not. We're going to talk about something we know.
We're going to be measuring our dicks live.
Oh my God. Cut that.
For me.
Lean in. Okay, look, because I hold it down, you see my tit like that. It's not good. Hang on.
Yeah, only one of us can have tits.
Tuck that in there. No, that's
mesmerizing.
Okay. Here we go.